You open your eyes, and the very first thing you notice is that you aren't breathing air anymore. In fact, if you stop swimming right now, you will literally suffocate and sink to the dark bottom of the sea. Welcome to the Miocene epoch, 15 million years ago. You've just hatched inside your mother's womb. Yes, hatched inside. And you are already 6 feet long. To put that into perspective, you were born the exact same size as a fully grown adult human, except you weigh 500 pounds and have a mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth. Oh, and you aren't alone in there. You have dozens of unborn brothers and sisters swimming around you. But out here in the prehistoric ocean, family love simply doesn't exist. Before you even taste actual ocean water, your ancestral survival instincts kick in. You turn around, look at your unborn siblings, and turn your mom's womb into a full-blown battle royale. You swallow them all. Congratulations! You just won your very first fight, packed on your first 1,000 calories, and popped out into the open ocean as a terrifying baby Megalodon.
Now, you might think you're the absolute king of the sea, but right now, you're basically a high-protein snack for bigger monsters. So you retreat to the shallow, warm nursery waters near prehistoric Florida. Here, the water is calm, the sun is bright, and the food is easy. But learning to pilot a half-ton body isn't simple. You don't have hands or legs, and your sense of smell is so insanely overpowered that a single drop of blood a mile away feels like someone blasted a flashbang right inside your brain. Not only that, but you possess a literal superpower called ampullae of Lorenzini. These are thousands of tiny electrical sensors on your snout that can detect the microscopic heartbeat of a hiding fish in complete darkness. You don't even need eyes to kill. You feel the electromagnetic pulse of life itself.
And then there are your teeth. You don't just have one set of teeth like a human. You have 5 conveyor belt rows of 7-inch serrated steak knives. Whenever a tooth snaps or breaks off during a hard bite, a brand new razor-sharp tooth slides forward from the back of your jaw to replace it within a few days. Over your long lifetime, you will grow, use, and shed over 40,000 individual teeth. Your main diet for the first decade of life? Ancient sea turtles, giant dugongs, and small whales. You don't chew your food because your jaw isn't built for grinding. You bite down with thousands of pounds of pressure, twist your entire torso like a massive underwater blender, and rip off 100-pound chunks of flesh to swallow completely whole.
One afternoon, while hunting in the murky shallows, a 500-pound ancestor of the great white shark spots your kill and tries to steal a free lunch. You don't even bother to engage in a bloody battle. You simply whip your massive tail fin through the water, creating a powerful pressure shockwave that slams into the great white, disorienting its senses and sending it swimming away in absolute shame. By the time you reach your teenage years, you are already 25 feet long and weigh nearly 10 tons. The shallow nursery waters are starting to feel cramped, and the tiny coastal fish no longer satisfy your massive appetite. It is finally time to leave the coast, head into the deep, pitch-black open ocean, and claim your spot at the very top of the global food chain.
Fast forward 20 years. You've survived the brutal juvenile phase, and you are officially a fully grown, peak-condition adult Megalodon. Let's take a look at your terrifying new stats. First, length. You are 60 feet long. That's 3 times bigger than a great white shark and longer than a standard American city bus. Second, weight. 60 tons. You weigh as much as 10 full-grown African elephants combined. And third, bite force. A mind-blowing 40,000 pounds per square inch.
To put that in perspective, a great white bites with 4,000 pounds. You bite 10 times harder. If you bit a T-Rex in half, your teeth wouldn't even register the crushing of its thickest bones. You consume over 2,500 pounds of meat every single day just to keep your colossal biological engine running.
You dominate the open waters. Whales literally beach themselves inland out of pure terror when they feel your swimming vibration waves coming through the water. But nature loves a rival, and deep in the dark abyss, there is one creature that doesn't run from you. Meet Livyatan, a 50-foot hypercarnivorous sperm whale with 14-inch teeth that make your own teeth look like tiny butter knives. One afternoon, a Livyatan charges out of the deep blue. This isn't a mindless animal fight. This is a tactical war between a cold-blooded super predator and a highly intelligent, warm-blooded mammal. The whale tries to ram you with its dense, massive forehead to shatter your cartilaginous ribs. You dodge just in time, slam your pectoral fins, and use your sheer mass to flank its side, locking your jaws onto its flipper. You clamp down with 20 tons of force, crushing bone and muscle into absolute powder. The ocean turns crimson. Realizing it cannot win this brutal match, the heavily wounded Livyatan retreats into the freezing depths. You keep your crown, but you realize that being the apex predator means constantly fighting to stay alive. So, if you were an unstoppable 60-foot eating machine, how on earth did you lose? Simple. The Earth's climate changed. Around 3.6 million years ago, the Ice Age began. The warm, shallow seas dried up, your whale prey migrated to freezing polar waters, and your massive, cold-blooded body couldn't handle the cold. Your giant internal engine simply ran out of fuel, and Megalodon quietly vanished into history. But what if you woke up today in the modern Pacific Ocean? At first, you'd cause absolute chaos. You'd swallow killer whales like goldfish, accidentally bite cruise ships thinking they're dead whales, and literally break the global news feeds. Imagine biting a massive underwater fiber optic internet cable and cutting off Wi-Fi for half of America. However, our modern ocean is heavily polluted, loud, and overfished. Finding thousands of pounds of whale meat every day in 2026 would be nearly impossible, and military submarine sonar would instantly disorient your brain. So, being the ultimate ocean nightmare was incredible, but maybe it's better that Megalodon stayed in the past. Now, a question for you. If scientists discovered a living Megalodon in the Mariana Trench today, would you ever swim in the ocean again? Write your thoughts below, smash that like button, subscribe to Life As A, and tell me what creature to become next.